they come out the womb.
Football is in full effect in Broward and Dade County. We are Hspn Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Take a knee. Well, that's just dangerous, though. He will take. He's going to snap, punt it. He's at the 50, to the 40. He's out his feet. Oh my goodness! To the 40.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Glenn Stout. This is Hspn Sports, coming live from Three Chicks Pizza here in Coral Springs, Florida. Great for y'all to be here tonight. We got a great show tonight. Got a lot of sports to talk about, a lot of high school football that's going on around the area. And to my right, I got Damian Hunt here. How's it going, Coach?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good. Football season is in full effect. We're dead smack, pretty much in the middle, and I am looking forward to seeing a lot more high school sports. It's been phenomenal, and I'm telling you right now, South Florida is flying high.
It's definitely been kicked off. I mean, the Broward County teams, the Dade County teams, the best teams have definitely started to show themselves. The season is young, but as we've seen so far, the standout teams are starting to emerge, the middle-of-the-pack teams that are fighting, and it's just going to be a great football season, I think.
Absolutely, and we're looking at, not just South Florida. We're talking about legitimately these are the nation's best teams that are just doing phenomenal, and they're doing things. I don't think these are sight unseen type things, and I'm looking forward to a lot more of it. Yeah,
the premier teams in the state, they've been getting at it big time, and there's still some matchups that we have yet to see that are going to be some great games. We look forward to what's going to happen hopefully in the playoffs. Definitely there's some big matchups going on, and last week, obviously, Hspn Sports, we were live down there at Traspal Field once again to watch the Booker T. Washington, the number one team in the country. Fast as lightning. They took on Miami Jackson, and they beat them 35-6, and just another great showing for Booker T. Washington.
You're talking about the nation's top team. They beat Miami Central, which is another nationally ranked team, and it came down to the wire. But I tell you right now, Booker T. Washington, I see why they call it an F5. Those tornadoes are ripping everything to shreds. Whoever is lined up against them, they're knocking them down, and they're knocking them down hard. Even Dade County. Dade County is amongst the best in the nation when it comes to football, and no one right now is even coming close to Booker T. Washington. They said in the summer that they're looking for it to be in the national champions, and they're showcasing their talents right now. It's a track meet. And Booker T. Washington is the only team that's invited.
Well, I have one stat for you all at home that are watching this. A little thing to back up what Damian said about the dominance of Booker T. Washington. They've only allowed 3 touchdowns all season. 3 touchdowns and a field goal, 24 points. And one of the touchdowns came in junk time in the last game. They scored in the fourth quarter. So that just shows you Booker T. Washington means it when they get out there on that field, because they're coming to play. They're not letting up going into the fourth quarter, the third quarter. They're letting them go. They're letting them play hard, and it shows. They're 4-0, and I don't see anything stopping them. And Reggae Runnin's media player of the game was Mark Walton, the running back. Now, hear this stat. He had 8 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown. 8 carries. And one of them was over 50 yards for 1 carry. Just busted up the middle. He was gone. So, it's amazing.
And not only that, you're talking about Booker T. Washington. Not only are they a fast team, you're also talking about this team is not the biggest team. Every team that they've gone against, they're the smallest team out of every team that they've played. Every single one. But when it comes to speed, you can't hit what you can't catch. And hobby doggone, you cannot catch any of those tornadoes. I'm telling you right now. Led by Harris, and what else can you really say about this particular team other than speed kills, and they're killing everybody right now. They're straight assassins, and they're going for the jugular for every team.
Absolutely. Booker T. Washington, obviously on their road to perfection. Hopefully they can continue to do that. We will keep you all definitely with the stats and whatnot throughout Booker T. Washington. I'm sure we're going to cover some more games, definitely get into the playoffs. But that was Booker T. Washington over Miami Jackson, Hspn Sports. We were there live, 35-6. And for your viewing pleasure tonight, we got a team coming up here, Flanagan High School, coming off of probably the most historic win that they've ever had. They played Cypress Bay, and they beat Cypress Bay 35-14. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to break down a little bit of that game footage. Stay tuned.
just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
If you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you have to start that process.
Education comes first. You never know what the future holds.
Gave me a better opportunity to make it in life. Live your dreams.
How far are you willing to go?
Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Glenn Stout. This is Hspn Sports Network coming live from Three Chicks Pizza. Beautiful pizza parlor here in Coral Springs, Florida. We're glad you all could tune in tonight, those of you who could make it out here. I'm with my co-host, Damian Hunt, and we're talking a little football here in Broward County, Dade County. And we talked a little bit about Booker T. Washington's road to perfection so far, and now we're going to bring it up here to the Broward County, 954 area. Flanagan High School, 4-0. Probably the most historic win in the history of the program. They beat Cypress Bay for the first time ever in the program's history, 35-14. They are at the top of the district right now, and they are looking like a great football team.
I mean, there's a reason why Falcons fly so high. It's to look down on their prey, and I'm telling you right now, they're going in for the attack. I mean, you're talking about this Flanagan team that's quietly leading the district. No one, I mean, everyone is talking about, you know, the great Miramar high schools, and everybody's talking about all these other juggernaut teams. But you know what? The 4-0 Falcons they're actually okay with just being under the radar. When asking about Coach Bush, and I'm like, you know, hey, listen, no one's talking about you guys. And he's like, good. I want that. Because first of all, it keeps our team humble and hungry. And at the same time, we're going to go ahead and we're busting up the entire district. So whenever, in fact, that you see these young men do what they do, led by the great Devin Bush, formerly of Florida State, and of course he did like 10, 12 years in the NFL. You're talking about a gentleman that knows about winning, and I'll tell you right now, this has been his first year as a head coach. He's doing a bang-up job, and we saw little bits and pieces of it during the Elite 7v7 tournament where they became the overall champions of the Dirty South 7-on-7 or 7v7 tournament. And I'm telling you right now, it's coming to fruition, and no one sees this coming. But I'll tell you right now, this is absolutely awesome. They're having a great time.
And they're a young football team.
Extremely young. You're talking about majority of the team is actually juniors and sophomores.
And their quarterback was a sophomore last year. What was he, third in the county?
Third in the county.
That's amazing.
I mean, what do you want? I mean, you know, I like to call him Sunshine. But, you know, Hollywood is, I mean, you know, and we're talking about Ryan Stanley, great athlete, great young man, humble, and the thing is he always gives props to his line and everybody around him. He never takes credit for anything. That is a leader, and that's the type of leader you want heading up your football program.
As a matter of fact, when we were down doing the broadcast, when I had the privilege of being down there for the broadcast down in Traz Powell for one of the Booker T games, halftime comes rolling around, and I look out of the booth, and I see a bunch of the kids from Flanagan High School all the way down there in Dade County. They all stick together. They're a good unit. Same group of kids that were out there for the 7-on-7, and they're just out there watching football together, being a great team together, and it shows. They're 4-0 right now, and they're leading the district. But back to the game. Great football game, 35-14. Flanagan overcame. They were losing at halftime. They were losing 11-6 at halftime, and they were struggling. They were struggling to move the ball, and defense turned out real big. 3 turnovers on the game, and that really sparked it. Their defense was just flying around, just causing a lot of turnovers, a lot of chaos back there in the backfield, and it was huge for them.
Well, I mean, we even saw that even with Devin Bush Jr., yes, the son of the Devin Bush Sr., the coach. And one thing that we had to actually try to do is try to hold him back because he wanted to hit during 7v7, and it's like we don't have pads on right now. But you can tell that the tenacity is something that Coach Bush actually makes sure that his team has. And I mean, even when they went against Coral Springs High School within the 7v7 Dirty South tournament, you saw they had nothing but turnovers. They were down, but they were never out. And I'm telling you right now, they do a phenomenal job of making sure that those teams stays focused and they have fun, and that's what it's about.
Absolutely. Now, Cypress Bay, they made a run there towards the third quarter of the game, driving a field, getting some good plays together, and as you said, Devin Bush Jr. stepped in front of a ball and took it 48 yards down the field for a touchdown, and that was really when they went for the jugular. They took them out, and it was huge for them, a momentum swing, and there was no looking back. And that was the final score of that game was Flanagan 35 over Cypress Bay 14. Huge game for them. The next game, the next district game they play is October 4th against Everglades. That's going to be that's a huge game for that district. Two teams competing to get to the top, but Flanagan's playing really well so far, so we're definitely looking forward to see what they got. Once again, 35-14 over Cypress Bay, Flanagan. We actually are going to have some of the athletes here this evening, and some offensive side of the ball, some defensive side of the ball, and Coach Bush himself will be here tonight. And Damien's going to get these interviews going because he knows how to get inside those kids' head, maybe rattle them a little bit. But that's what we're looking for over here at HSPN Sports.
Absolutely.
Now, this week's game, HSPN Game of the Week, we are covering a team in Broward County. We haven't been up in Broward County in a few weeks. Broward County, Northwest. Miami Northwestern's coming up here to Broward County. They're playing against Ely at Ely. Both of these teams, they're not playing at their peak level right now. One team's 1-2, one team's 0-3. But when you have two storied high school programs like this, when they come up and they're playing against each other, I don't care what the record is. When the Friday night lights turn on, Saturday night light turns on, it doesn't matter. They're coming out to play.
Absolutely. You throw all the records away, and you make sure that you do what you've been coached to do all week, and that's to compete. And if you're not competing, then why even try? And I'm telling you right now, this is the battle of 954 versus 305, and I'm telling you right now, who's going to win? I'm going to choose the 954. DC, I'm calling you out once again. 954 is wreaking havoc over 305, at least for this game. And if not, then 954 is going to win. So with that being, but you're talking about, again, like you said, two historic programs. They're going at it, and this is what South Florida sports is all about. And this is why so many of our athletes are going to D1 programs and beyond. Because to be honest with you, we have the best talent in all of the nation. I'm saying it hands down. Broward, Dade, we can throw some Palm Beach County teams in there too. This is the mecca for speed, and this is the mecca for college athletes. If you want a D1 program, you got to come to South Florida. If not, then look at Louisville, and you tell me what you want.
That was a pretty good pitch. If I was a college coach, I probably would have just came down and knocked on your door to get a few athletes.
I mean, listen, I'm open. DamienHunt@hotmail.com. Come talk to me.
But once again, that is the game that will be played this Friday night, HSPN High School Game of the Week, Northwestern versus Ely at Ely. That's 7 o'clock, and be on the lookout for HSPN High School Game Day. We saw some big athletes just come walking in the door, and that must mean that the Flanagan athletes are in the house. So we are going to go to a quick break. Once again, HSPN Sports Live at 3 Chicks Pizza. We're going to get these interviews going underway. You guys stay tuned.
The Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation is a youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth.
KDA just partnered up with University of Miami for these community-based projects as far as the athletes coming out and talking about athletics becoming bigger, faster, and stronger, and KDA talking about becoming a great student. Can you share with us the recent partnership with KDA and the city of Pompano Beach in bringing these type activities?
Well, I think Keeping Dreams Alive is doing an awesome thing. We noticed that from the jump, and we think this could be a partnership for a long time just because of what you guys believe and what you stand for, and you kind of correlate with what we do. So it's awesome what you guys do in this community. community, and that's the number 1 thing, is to give back to these kids and let them understand that we're here for them. You know, anything we could do to give back, you know, we're here. So KDA is doing an awesome thing, and we're just happy that we're partnering up with you guys to do that as well.
Yeah, you know, it's great to see the kids in the summertime, have this opportunity at this beautiful facility with your organization, and just having that sense of giving back. Because a lot of times, you know, the kids sitting around during the summer, and to see the collegiate level come back, give back to the community, have you guys put this on for the kids, it's really special. All ages too. You got preschool kids working with college kids, and the high school kids pushing themselves. It's a really neat opportunity for everybody.
My name is Stephen Morris, quarterback, University of Miami, born and raised in Miami, Florida. I think you got to be a level-headed person. My mom and dad do a great job of making sure that I'm always on top of my things, especially with academics. And when it comes to schoolwork, I got to put that first. And definitely preparing for games, and throughout game weeks, I really holler at my coaches, make sure that we're on the same page with each other. And, you know, it's just really good on time management.
All right, and last but not least, we deal with a lot of student athletes out there in pursuing a scholarship of a graduation in college. What advice you got for any student athletes pursuing college?
To just keep working, just to always make sure that, you know, staying positive with your coaches, communicating with them, having an opportunity to do the right thing on and off the field, and the coaches in college will recognize you.
That made us a lot closer and understanding about dreams. Right. If they want to keep their dreams alive, the education part is the thing that gets it done. Yeah. Football sets it up, they look at it, but if I don't have the grades to be able to solidify it, nothing changes, nothing happens. So with that, that really made us stronger on the field, because guys start seeing themselves having good grades, understanding that, then they realize that I can make it. I can get a chance to get out of here and change my life. Make sure all young student athletes, the most important thing for you to do is make sure you understand that the education is paramount. That's the key to this whole deal. You know, we can talk about football, and everybody can talk about how good you can run, how fast you can run, but it's a million guys out there can run just as fast, and the only thing can set the difference between anybody is the transcript. Transcript sets everything up, put you in a position to put you over the top between, because when it's close, academics wins. So if I got my academics, I can be able to set the precedent. My dreams can come true if I got the things that I need to do. So make sure we all focus on our education. That's the key thing, no matter what you may hear out there about your stats and all that stuff, because guys with no stats and good grades go to college. Y'all guys keep up the great work, man. You're doing a tremendous job. You know, y'all keep it up, man. The kids are very appreciative of you guys.
The changes I've seen have been extremely positive. KDA has helped my boys establish exactly what direction they want to go in, and what it takes to actually be a student athlete both on and off the field. It's made a big difference. It's also made a big difference to me, because I've also learned a lot of things that I didn't know as far as getting the boys into school, the whole scholarship and the financial aid part of it.
On the impact of the BCAA football camp and partnering up with Keeping Dreams Alive?
Well, two things that go into play here. One is the value that these kids from a camp that is free and has some dynamic instruction going on the field, and then for us to have the opportunity to team up with Keeping Dreams Alive and add an academic component that gives kids awareness about clearinghouse, recruiting tips, and mentorship.
This is Damian Hunt at Hspn Sports, and I'm telling you right now, you see some giants in your screen, don't adjust your TV set. This is the Falcons of Flanagan. How y'all gentlemen doing today?
Good, and you?
Good, good, good. Let everybody know your name and what position you play and what grade you're in.
Ryan Stanley, class of 2015, I play quarterback.
H.R. Ray, class of 2016, I play linebacker.
Money Spence, class of 2015, I play receiver.
Good, very good. Now, you guys are doing big things within your district, okay? You guys have a huge win over Cypress Bay. Has that been a surprise for you guys? You know, you guys being somewhat the small fish in this big pond. Has it been a big surprise for you guys?
It's not so much that we're surprised. We knew we were going to do it, but teams around the county are surprised seeing us come out and beat Cypress Bay like that.
Now, you know, I like to call him Hollywood. Hollywood, I mean, you were third in the county last year, you know, as a sophomore. What type of things are you doing this year to build upon that very foundation that's going to help catapult your team to the next level?
I just don't like to be satisfied. I keep pushing to be the best, and I don't ever see myself having a good game.
Now, Mr. Natron, I remember a few times in our Elite 7v7, which you guys became the overall winner of the Dirty South Elite 7v7 tournament, a couple of penalties because you wanted to hit. So explain to me how does it feel now that you're in the middle or pretty much in the beginning of the football season and you're actually able to hit? All summer you really couldn't do too much, but now it's time to lay that wood. How does that feel?
Well, it feels good being on the field with my team, hitting with my boys, because when we hit hard. We hit hard. We want to go to the States, man. We got to do it.
And you guys have a big road now. Imani, I mean, you are, nice size receiver. What type of things are you doing? Or just, let me rephrase that. What type of things did you do during the summer that's actually helping your team right now, beat teams like Cypress Bay and all of these other juggernaut teams that you guys have played against?
Just the hard work and, just sticking on my team and fighting to the end.
Now, I know Coach Bush, you guys, everything that Coach Bush does, I know is, he has a lot of fire in his belly. What type of things does he tell you guys to do in order for you guys to get ready for the next level, or even to pretty much forget about what happened at Cypress Bay and get ready for this next team?
We even practice on a collegiate level. Everything we do, we just prepare for the next level. And even though we came out beat Cypress Bay, we're still looking forward for the next opponent.
And your next opponent is?
MacArthur, Friday at 7.
Friday. Well, that means the Falcons are ready and they're soaring. And I'm telling you right now, what type of things are you looking forward to for the remainder of this season, Natron?
Well, I'm looking forward to go to States. That's it.
That's it. Wow. Well, I mean, man of a few words, but I'm telling you right now, this dude right now, he lays the boomstick. That's what we call laying that wood. Mr. Imani, what are some of your goals for this upcoming season?
Just winning every game, every game, one by one, and just focusing. That's it.
Why should anybody come and watch Flanagan? What is it about the Falcons that anybody should come and watch? I mean, you're not like the Atlanta Falcons, so what's the deal?
When you come out and watch us, all phases of the ball, we just hit. We're fun to watch, and that's it. It's just.
But there you go. Hollywood said it, and that's Hollywood Stanley over here. I'm telling you right now, if you want to see a good time, you're right. They're not Atlanta Falcons. They're undefeated. Atlanta Falcons also the Miami Dolphins. I'll just put it out there. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to see a good football, you go over here to the Falcons. If you want to see somebody lay the wood, get ready to watch Mr. Natron. This is one of the Megatrons. He's catching anything, and I'll tell you right now, this golden dude right here, he's throwing it to him. This is Hspn Sports. We'll be right back with more Falcons. Yes, come fine.
I train every day for these moments. Moments under the lights when I make a big hit. Moments when the crowd roars after I score. I am one of few. The few that will carry the load of the team. The few that separate themselves from the weak. The few that sacrifice everything to be the greatest. I am not common. I am not ordinary. I am within a group of people considered to be the best. This leaves me with one question, and one question only. Are you among the elite? Here is your chance to prove yourself. Only the elite will survive.
Intended. Huh? And this is Damien, Hspn Sports. We're back with more Falcons soaring high. And I'm telling you right now, the reason why Falcons fly so high is because they see their prey. And I'm telling you right now, the entire district is on notice. And if you're not ready, you better get ready. I have 3 more gentlemen right here. And I'm telling you right now, these gentlemen have been doing it big. Let everybody know your name, what position you play, and what grade you're in.
My name is Devin Bush. I'm in 10th grade. I'm a class of 2016. I play linebacker.
My name is Cameron Campbell, class of 2015, 11th grade.
My name is Devin Gill, class of 2016, and I play safety.
If you haven't heard, this is a very young team, and I'm telling you right now, the next year to 2, they're going to be making some big names. Now, let's get into the game. You guys were down 11-6, and all of a sudden, it's like a switch just flipped on. What type of things sort of got you guys prepared to make that turnover? Because Cypress Bay is not one of those teams you want to be down to, but you guys actually, rose to the occasion. What type of things helped you do that?
It's definitely coaching for sure.
Devin?
Well, we've been down in Sanford. We've been down before, so we know how to come back, and we know we had to make adjustments. So we make adjustments, and we put in execute.
Now, you actually had a pick 6. It took that thing, I think it was like 46, 48 yards. What type of things did you think about when that ball was coming in your direction? Because, a lot can go into your mind, between that time the ball releases from the quarterback hands until you're actually getting into your hands. What type of things were you thinking about?
I was thinking catch, run. I was trying to get out of there.
Now, you're actually pretty much one of the youngins here. But you play a lot. You play multiple positions, Yeah. What type of things do you do as I guess you could say as a utility player that helps this team make that switch flip on from being down by 5 to now winning the game, what is it, 35-13? What type of things do you do that you feel that you do that helps that switch turn on?
We just come together as a team. We go both sides of the ball, just talk to each other, do what we got to do.
And you also play a little offense as a receiver as well, is that correct? Now, are you one of those that are, afraid of contact?
No, sir, no.
So you laying that boomstick as well?
Yes, I am.
Now, you being the offensive lineman, you got to keep Hollywood upright, because if not, then he can't throw the ball to the likes of him. And I also know Devin also plays a little running back. So what type of things do you feel that actually help increases the chances of your team winning?
Oh, definitely practicing. We practice at a high tempo, so we're used to it in the game.
Are you ready for your next opponent? You talk about MacArthur. It's not just a milk. It's also a football team. So are you ready to face the MacArthur High School?
Listen to me when I tell you, we are ready.
Seriously? They said listen, and I'm going to listen. He's bigger than me. All right? Now, you being the son, we've had this conversation multiple times, and I know you hear it all the time. You're the coach's son. Of course you're going to get some PT. Of course you're going to do these things. Let everybody know exactly how much harder it is for you to actually be the coach's son. You can't make a mistake because you actually hear it all the way home. So how much more difficult is it for you to be the coach's son and then make sure that you actually execute that on the football field?
It's a lot of expectations. They want me to be just like him, be perfect, because he would play in the NFL. So they want me to be perfect and all, but I feel no pressure because I'm used to it, and I know I got to get my team ready. I know I'm one of the captains of my defense, so I'm ready for it.
Now, what linebacker are you playing? Are you playing middle, outside, Sam or Mike or Will? Which one or is it just depend on whatever package you're in?
I play both of them, to tell you the truth. I play whatever scheme you're trying to play. I play both inside out.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the Flanagan Falcons. And I'm telling you right now, if you want to see some real good football, you come to Flanagan High School. If you want to see some hitting, you got the hit stick crew coming through right now. And I'm telling you right now, if you want to see where Devin Bush Jr. get it from, check out YouTube and look at his daddy. His daddy is ripping heads off. And he's doing it legally, though, by the rules. This is Hspn Sports. And I'm telling you right now, we're having a good time. The Flanagan Falcons are in the building. We'll be right back with you.
What you searching for? Reggae music. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, the wickedest rhythm in the world.
Tonto Irie coming in live and hot. The musical shop.
You're listening to Hot 105. Reggae running with Tonto.
Here we go. Yeah, we're good. We'll be good. All right, here we go, Glenn. You ready? Welcome back, everybody. I'm Glenn Stout. This is Hspn Sports Network coming live from Three Chicks Pizza. We just had some great interviews here with Damien and some of the Falcons over here at Three Chicks Pizza here in Coral Springs, Florida. Some offensive players, some defensive players. These guys are undefeated. They're playing great football right now, and it's our honor and privilege to be able to bring up the coach of the Falcons. Coach, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, Glenn. It's going really good.
Now, coming from a championship background, Florida State Seminoles, growing up down here, what are some of the things that you instill in these athletes coming from your championship mentality?
Well, the main thing I instill in them is confidence and then work ethic. When you put work ethic together and you work really hard at obtaining your goals, there's not much you can do as an individual. And when you have a confident individual that believes in the hard work will make you overcome, then you feel like you can't lose. You feel like there's nothing that you cannot accomplish. If you put hard work into it and trust what you're doing, it's hard to feel like you're gonna lose. It's just tough.
Now, I know, Coach, of course, me being one of the biggest Florida State fans, Florida State represent.
Oh,
anyway,
they all know. They all know at home that you're an FSU fan.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
known.
I'm married to Seminole.
We let it be known that there's a Noel here at the table.
Right now, it's actually
Damien is very smart.
smart. I mean, when you marry a Noel, and we got UF in the house, we got Tennessee. I went to Lynn University. So
that's a sister school of the nose.
We'll take it. What is the biggest difference you're seeing? Last year you were the defense coordinator. Now you're the head coach. What type of headaches has it been for you guys? Not so much of a headache, but what are some of the challenges you've had to make or adjust to from being the defense coordinator when you only have to worry about the defense? Now you have to worry about everybody.
That's the huge adjustment there. Being the head coach, not only having to just worry about the defense, not have to worry about offense, defense, special teams, 80-plus kids, varsity, junior varsity, transcripts, grades, teachers, counselors, booster club, the different challenges that the kids may come to me with. Now I'm over everything, so that's a little bit of adjustment that takes some of the time away from me being able to coach more or get more in depth. But I have a really good staff that takes a lot of that pressure off of me. They do things, and we're able to delegate and give out assignments, and that way we work together well and help each other build this program to a place where these kids can come and be productive, have a great high school career, understand what the program is about, nurturing these kids, teach them how to be productive men, and just have a great high school experience.
There you go. I mean, again, of course, your background definitely precedes you. I mean, Dade County product, and going into a future, a long future into the NFL. What type of things are you bringing from your Dade County days into Broward? Because even though you're right down the street from Dade County, You know, there is a difference, and we all experience that there's a difference between Dade County and Broward County. What type of things are you bringing from your Dade County background into being a coach for Broward County?
Well, just off from my experience growing up in Dade County and my neighborhood and the way we played football down there at Holly, Miami Lakes, and just playing in inner city Dade County, we just want it bad, no fear. We're very physical. We're going to fight to the end. We're not afraid of any challenge. No challenge. We're just not afraid. We just felt like we were built for it. We made for it. We're made to win. And that's what drives us. I think it's just something in the Similac we drink when you come out. Or maybe from the Okeechobee or the pipes in Dade County. But that's just the way we're built from day one when we come out the womb. You handle the football, and you're expected to be that way. I'm talking about from 3 months old to the 19-year-olds. I mean, you're in a neighborhood where it's just like that, where you have that type of stepping stool where it's just that many guys where the age limit is different from that to that. And you're expected to perform. You're expected to be that way. You're expected to have that type of character. You're expected to carry yourself that way no matter what age you are. I mean, you're held accountable from 6 months to the 20-year-old. I mean, they'll get right in your face and let you know, look, this is not how we do it. This is how it's going to be done. There's no excuses, and this is how you're going to do it.
Now, Coach, you're involved, obviously, in the Broward County area. What is your opinion on the football landscape, not only in South Florida, but throughout the country compared to the times when you were playing high school football?
It's just like Damian said, when you want to talk about football, South Florida football is a hotbed. It's a mecca for athletes. I mean, a bunch of colleges are going to come here. These kids have an absolute advantage because of the way South Florida athletes are bred. I mean, we're bred to just play competitive football. And it's just instilled in this state from the beginning. I mean, we get to play football year-round also. You know, some of the colder states up north, the Midwestern states, I don't know how they do it. I don't really care how they do it. But that's the way we do it down here in South Florida. And that's just who we are as a state of Florida fraternity. You know, I'm a state of Florida guy. I'm a Dade County guy, so you have different fraternities. I mean, I love the state of Florida. I love our athletes. I support our athletes. I follow our athletes, and we're just all over, across the board, doing great things. I mean, these guys are going out, attending these different universities, and they're on national stages being role models for the kids that they left behind, for the younger generation that's coming up. And these guys are doing really good things. I mean, it's not said enough.
Right.
You know, a lot of times you hear all the negative stuff. But if you look over a whole, these guys are going out and they're doing a lot of good things and being role model for these kids that are sitting here before you today.
One thing I want to ask also is that, of course, you know, again, we'll talk about over and over football. We want to get into the Cypress Bay game. What was that thing that happened where the knob turned? You guys are down 11-5 or 11-6, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, 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 you guys are now leading and getting ready. You know, and the clock hit double zeros. What type of things were you talking to your kids about as far as being down to this, you know, somewhat of a juggernaut team? Because Flanagan never beat Cypress Bay before. This is the first time in the history. So what type of things were you saying to let your kids know, hey, listen, it's not over?
Well, we just went back to the basics, to the personality of our team, to the way we practice, to the way we prepare, and to who we want to be. We're not going to quit. We're going to fight. We're going to go out there and try to impose our will on teams. We're going to be physical to the end. We're going to hit you, and we're going to compete very hard. And the difference is now we expect to win. Forget what else is being said about whoever. It's no point of us going out there practicing hard, giving it everything we have to go out there and feel like we're going to lose. Why? Why not us? Why not the Falcons? Why do we have to lose? Why are we expected to lose? We don't practice that way.
Right.
And we're trying not to be built that way. So when we go out, I don't care what team it is. I don't care what team in the state. You're not just going to walk in there and kick our butt and blow us out. We're going to fight. When you play the Falcons, you're going to know you played the Falcons because we're going to fight. We're going to compete. Now, not saying that we may not win the game against somebody who they think we're not supposed to win, but we're going in to win. I don't care who it is. Don't call it cocky. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I just believe in hard work. And that's how I prepare this team. And that's how we prepare as a team. We work hard. and we expect our hard work to pay off.
You got me pumped up right now. I'm about to jump out of my chair. I'm going to rip the shirt off. I'm ready to go.
No, keep your shirt on. Keep your shirt on.
Coach, it's been a privilege. We've been involved. Obviously, we got your players involved in the 7-on-7s over the summer, and it's just been a privilege to be involved with the program. You got some great athletes over there, some great young men, and we look forward to working more with them with the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation, Hspn Sports, and good luck with the rest of the season. This is Coach Flanagan Falcons, and we had some of the athletes here. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. Thanks again, Coach.
Thank you.
Has just been invaluable to their future.
Any advice you got for any of those coaches out there throughout Broward County and keeping dreams alive with these free programs to their school?
I think they're actually missing the boat, and they're doing their kids an injustice by not being involved with keeping dreams alive. We need all the help we can get to offer the exposure, the experiences that everyone brings to the table for our kids, and to not make use of all the tools that we have at our disposal. It's just not good for our kids. And I think it will be very good if they just get involved and keep Dreams Alive involved to assist them in the process that we're all trying to do, which is to get kids on the next level and the education that they're going to benefit from throughout their lives.
Hi, I'm Jerome McDougal, played at Blanche Ely High School, went to University of Miami, graduated, was drafted first round, 15 pick overall to the Philadelphia Eagles. It's important for you to take advantage of all your opportunities because sometimes you don't get another second chance. So you take advantage of your opportunities and make the best of it. Just always do your best and keep your dream alive.
My name is Aronda Gadsden. I went to Winston-Salem State University, played 7 years here for the Miami Dolphins. They stress academic involvement. It's usually overshadowed by our athletic prowess because everybody wants to be the best at their sport. But academics always keeps your dream alive because sometimes sports don't work out and you always have the academics to fall back on. Advice to you guys is to be persistent. It always pays off. Sometimes you may fail, but you get back on that horse and try again, whether it's at
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Glenn Stout, HSPN Sports Network, live from Three Chicks Pizza. What a great broadcast we've had so far tonight. Got to talk a little Broward County, Dade County action. Got to interview some players from Flanagan. Got to interview the head coach of Flanagan.
Absolutely.
And they're the real deal up here in the 954. We really appreciate them coming out tonight, and we really look forward to see what else they got to do for the rest of the season. Hopefully we can catch them in the playoffs, maybe get them up to that state championship because, you know, we love to cover that state championship.
Oh, yeah, it's all about that ring. That's what we want. We want the championship, so let's do it.
But as always, we have the game of the week, HSPN Sports, just to make sure you guys remember. Miami Northwestern versus Blanche Ely High School up here in the 954. 305 versus the 954, an HSPN special coming at you 7 o'clock at Ely High School. If you guys want to watch it, obviously, hspnsports.com. You guys can look on the Facebook page. If you have any more questions about it, any questions you want to ask at all, you can send them to us. And we really look forward to covering that game. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a big game. Broward County versus Dade County, they always bring it. It doesn't matter the order. It doesn't matter the records. It doesn't matter who's coming out on the field. They're coming out there to play hard. But as always, we want to thank all of you for watching at home. We want to thank the KDA Foundation. Pat Lowe's here tonight. We got a lot of people, a lot of the mentors here. I want to thank my co-host, Damian Hunt, as always, the crew over there on the switchboards, the whatitdo.com, the coaches and parents, and Three Chicks Pizza here. Great food. You guys got to come check it out up here in Coral Springs off Sample Road. We already had a few pies. I keep sneaking off camera, try to get a few bites.
He's great.
But as always, we are the hspnsports.com. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys Friday night. Have a good one.
Let's get rid of that Hunt Bowl. Let's get it. They come out the womb playing football with the ball in their hand. They really have more aggressive nature. I mean, really aggressive. Over a hole. Not saying they're not, but over a hole, they have just a really more determined aggressive.
I was top 5 in the county. This year I want to be number 1. You can't be satisfied with no matter what you do. Sophomore being 3rd in the county, I wasn't satisfied. You just got to keep going. Let my film speak for itself. I let my actions on the field, my emotions, my stuff in the classroom. I do all my work. I do everything. I just do what I got to do.
Play aggressive, play with a great attitude, and always be physical.
The kids gonna have to get used to a new regimen, coming in with a new coaching staff, myself, my personality, the personality that the staff is gonna push upon the team. It's gonna have to get used to that intensity, practice the tempo. I think they're gonna adjust well. Kids are resilient, you know. You practice it and you get reps, and after a while it becomes a routine. They just know how to do it, they don't have to think about it. So that's the whole thing, getting into it. We have a young team as well as too. So coming in, adjusting, learning a new system, trying to compete, trying to impress the coaches at the same time. They just have to learn how to put it all together and put the performance on the field and do the things necessary to be successful.